What is good, everybody in the Donut Nation? Today we're watching this video from this guy where
the best money
let's just get into it.
making methods on the DONUTSMP, starting with
He's trying the 25 best money making methods.
method number 1, which is using TNT to blow up a bunch of sand and then order it for a lot of profit.
I've heard of this method with shovels, not with TNT though.
So as you guys can see, with one piece of TNT, I already made almost 2 stacks of sand, which I can go ahead and order for $12,000. Now,
How much does a TNT cost though?
Method like this, and just pick up all of this sand afterwards, I can now order and make so much money. Moving on to method number 2, which is going to be using...
Bro, it doesn't even say how much a TNT costs. Alright, well, let's just move on to the next one. Method 2, skeleton spawners.
Using skeleton spawners to generate bones that you can order for a lot of money. So right here, I have 100 skeleton spawners, and I'm just going to try AFKing this for 1 hour.
Bedrock leaked.
So after an hour, I made almost 4 whole pages.
The thing he doesn't mention is that the only way to get 100 skeleton spawners is by getting rich through a different method and paying somebody, hopefully not getting scammed by the spawners, which is dumb. Or the only other way you can get spawners is by AFKing, and it'll take like, what, 60 days to get 100 spawners? Like, I just don't, spawners in DONUTSMP, I don't like them. They don't make sense. They're not vanilla. I just don't like them as money making methods. I mean, they make a lot of money, but personally, it's just not, they're not fun either.
Full of bones, which I can now drop and then just order all of them for a ton of money. So as you guys can see, after just an hour of waiting, I made almost $1 million. Now, since this method doesn't actually require you to do anything, you can scale this up to have thousands of spawners, which is what
you inspired me to not brush my teeth and have dandruff JS like you and spam W in Kai stream.
The hardest part about this method is getting the spawners.
A lot of pro players do. Now, moving on to method 3, which is going to be using buckets of tropical fish to breed axolotls. Now, as you guys can see, I've already been breeding them for a little bit, but if I just hop in here and feed them a bunch of tropical fish, they're going to start to breed and make a lot more axolotls. Now, you guys might be wondering why I'm doing this, but this is actually because blue axolotls sell for a lot of money. And after finding someone to sell these axolotls to, he paid me $1 million and I gave him
OMG,
5 buckets of
there's a
axolotls.
cockroach on the chair behind you.
There's not a cockroach on the chair behind me. Shut up.
Selling each axolotl for 200,000 each. Moving on to method number 4, which is going to be scamming. Now, if you guys don't know, pretty much this entire server...
Scamming is actually an insanely OP method. Yo, Grady with the $5, thank you.
So many spawners from kills.
Dang, bro. But yeah, scamming is a huge, really OP money-making method because if you become friends with somebody who has billions of dollars, you can scam them into giving you billions instantly. Like, if you're really talented, you can scam someone who's really rich and is just hardworking but dumb. And you can get $1 billion within 1 day if you really want to.
No problem, Donut, I'm gonna play on your soon.
You're gonna play on me soon? What?
Ready? As you can tell by looking at the chat, it is actually very easy to do. The only thing I had to do was find someone that wanted to buy skeleton spawners, and instead of giving them the spawners, I just teleport away and scam them. Exactly what I did. Okay,
Yo.
so you want to buy 5 spawners for 6 mil?
Yeah, sure, we'll buy them. Do you go first?
Nah, can you go first?
Okay, I trust you because you're like a YouTuber.
Alright.
Nah, W method.
Alright, thank you, bro. And you will
This is the
not
most
be
OP
getting
method.
spawners. You just got scammed. Feels good every time. Going on to method number 5, which is going to be using villagers to make a bunch of...
watch that guy? He was cheating on Donu.
I don't know. Using villagers, method 5.
Now, basically what I mean by that is you want to get some villagers with a bunch of different enchants like Mending, Sharpness, or Fortune
Donut,
3.
I am sorry for saying you have dandruff. I love your streams and you inspired me to play
Yo,
Minecraft.
can you stop donating me mean things and then like a day later or a little bit later donating saying sorry? Just don't even say sorry at that point. Like, thank you, I appreciate it, but you can just not even say the mean thing.
And all I have to do is just buy the books from them, and now I can sell these for around 40k each on the auction house. So as you can see, I have all my stuff on the auction, and the books are already getting bought, as you can see. So in those few minutes, I already made around 200k, and people are still buying my books. Now moving on to the next method, which is going to be teleporting streamers and asking for money. So
no way this is a good method. Like, unless you get a really rich streamer that has no viewers, I feel like there's no way this is worth it.
First thing I have to do is actually make a base, so I'm just going to make a small house real quick, and I'll see you then. Alright guys, so after spending hours on making my base, I'm finally done, and I can't wait to show you guys the result. In 3, 2, 1, there it is. Oh, Woo! Look at it. So we got the front with a nice door. We got a great bed, crafting table, furnace.
Can I ban those losers? Who?
I think that's all we need. So now all I have to do is just teleport a streamer and ask for money. All right, so I just found this YouTuber. I think I can get this guy to teleport to me. So now I just have to
extra 5 since I love your stream.
Thank you, bro.
Ask in chat and hopefully it works.
Oh yeah, bro. You can try it now.
Okay, so he just sent me a TPA and I'm gonna accept it. And yeah, yo, it's good, bro.
Yo, it's good, bro.
Yo, you like my base? I spent hours on this.
Can you rate my
matter of fact, I
base
spent
and
days
pay me
on this.
300
I
mil
spent
like
days
you
on this
were doing
base.
the other
Yeah.
day?
So you think you can?
No, bro, I'm not rating your base. Thank you for the donation, though.
Money?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Oh yes.
You're the worst
Oh,
streamer.
thank you, bro. Oh my god. Moving on to the next.
Wait, how much money did he just get?
Method, which is actually going to be trapping streamers instead of asking for money. But the first thing we have to do is actually make the trap. So I'm just going to whip up the trap real quick. And I am done the trap. Basically, I'm going to teleport the streamer into here. The doors are going to be closed. There's going to be quartz blocks there. So if he tries to open the door, I'm sure he won't break this quartz. And he'll just ignore it. And then he's going to see this lever in the corner. And when he flicks
That's not going to kill him.
That's going to open.
And how's that even going to make him money? Oh, wait, he's gonna be stuck in the trap.
Open below, and it's going to drop him into the trap. And when he gets dropped down, I'm going to break out, break through these quartz, come down here, splash myself with strength.
That's not going to work, bro. He's going to instantly escape. That's a horrible trap.
I'm critting him until he dies, hopefully. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've never made a trap before, so
we
I'm
can tell, bro.
That this works, and
we can tell.
So I think I'm actually going to try the same streamer that gave me money because I think it'd be pretty funny. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, yeah, I'll TBD after.
Okay, so he just sent me a TP. Hopefully this works. Yo, what's good, bro? It's my house. Don't go out there. Don't go out there. It's a very secret house, right?
Did you know it's
Oh my god, you're so dead,
2423
bro.
SW was trolling?
No. Oh no. Okay, so I don't think my.
Yeah, I'm meeting donations. You guys are just like, it's just ruining the video, bro. Like, I don't even want to hear what you guys had to say. Did you know the 2423 SW was trolling? I don't care if he was trolling, bro. He said you're the worst streamer. W, bro.
Worked.
Fire.
But, I think if you do it correctly, you can still make a lot of money. So moving on to the next method, which is going to be selling leaves. Now this method is actually very simple because all you need is a pair of shears and an oak biome, and then you can just get a bunch of leaves just like this. And then once your shears break, you can just go around and pick up all the oak leaves that you missed. And as you can see, I got 3.5 stacks just from one pair of shears. And on the auction house, these go for around 10,000 per stack. But I'm just going to order them instead because it's a lot of work to put them on the auction. And in like 1 minute, I already made $5,000. So if you did this for an entire hour, you would get 300,000. And that's just from orders. So imagine what you'd be getting on the auction house. Now moving on to the next method, which is going to be ordering stuff to sell in the auction house. Now basically what I mean by this is the current highest order for redstone repeaters is currently $1.5 thousand. However, the cheapest repeater on the auction house is $5,000. Meaning if you just order them to sell in the auction house, you can make over 3 times profit, which is what I'm about to do. So first I'm going to make an order for, let's just say 20 repeaters, and I'm going to make them 1.6 thousand each, which is going to be the highest order. And I'm just going to wait for this order to fill up. Okay, someone just delivered me 14 repeaters, which is like 75% of my orders, so I'm just going to start selling them now. So all I have to do is just check how much the cheapest repeater is going for and mark it down just a tiny bit. So I'm going to sell mine for 4.9 thousand. And as you can see, they're already getting bought because repeaters are such a needed item for like redstone farms and everything. So all of my repeaters just got sold out, and I only waited for like 20 seconds, which is kind of crazy. Now, as you can see, we made about $80,000 just from spending like 30,000. So if I just kept doing this method over and over, I could probably make millions in just 1 hour. But moving on to the next method, which is going to be doing duels. Now, as you can see, I just got a full set of PvP gear, ready to go into a duel. I have blast prot, normal prot, everything. So I'm just going to go into a duel and hopefully I can win. Okay, so I just made it into the duel, and this guy's an 80% win rate. So that means he's probably pretty good.
Oh, he blew up the loot.
I just won and I blew up the loot. Okay, I'm in another duel.
Oh my god, mods, do you guys see this spam that's being spammed? Can you time out everybody that's spamming? Dr. Ungrateful, you're so mean to donators, you're so ungrateful. Guys, I'll read the donations, obviously, but just after I'm done watching this video. You guys are donating the most useless messages ever. Why would I read them out loud when you're saying, hey Donut, did you know that Biddy Bob Joe is trolling and you're the worst streamer ever? Oh, I'm just joking. The message, I'm the guy that said that you were the worst streamer ever. So that message that I donated earlier, that was just a joke. Dude, like, I don't want to hear that while I'm watching this video. I'm trying to pay attention to hear what the best money making methods are.
This guy's a
Kling Klong. Yo, Kling. Thank you so much for the raid, bro. What's good, everybody?
% win rate. Oh, okay. That was like the quickest duel of my life. Did he actually have good armor? Oh my god, he did. Wait, did everything else burn? Oh my god. Okay, so after the duel, I got his helmet and boots. So let me just see how much I can sell those for. Okay, so helmets go for around 300k, and the boots also go for 300k. Meaning with one duel, I just made $600,000, and I also blew up half of the loot. So I'm just gonna sell these, and then we'll move on to the next method,
forgot the sword?
which is gonna be subscribing to the channel. And now you might be wondering how subscribing is gonna get you money. Well, that is why I brought out this random fan. But first, we have to make sure he's subscribed. Yo, are you subscribed to my channel?
Yes.
You are?
Yo, subscribing's not gonna make you money, bro.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna give you
This.
100 million
Oh no, this is the Mr. Beast method, bro.
dollars.
God, thank you so much.
Wait, IRL trading? Oh yeah, isn't that against the rules too? Oh shoot.
Even if you don't get money, you should still subscribe to see more videos like these.
Is that- yeah,
And
IRL
plus, it
trading?
helps me out a lot. Anyways, moving on to the next money making method, which is going to be selling concrete. Now, I actually did this in my latest video, but basically all you need is a little machine that converts concrete powder into concrete. So I'm just going to make that real quick, and yeah. Okay, so this is basically all it is.
So
all you need is a
converting
waterlogged
concrete.
stair and a block where
Okay.
you can place the concrete. So basically, I'm just going to offhand the concrete and hold down
I
left
used to
and
do
right click
this
at the
all
same
day
time,
on my old
and it'll
Donut
just
SMP.
mine it. So
Back
after
when there
I
was
mine
no
the
killing
stack,
on Donut
I'm just
SMP,
gonna
I did
see
this for
how
like a
much
whole
concrete
stream one
goes for on
time.
the auction house, and I'll sell it for the same price. Okay, so I just mined out an entire stack. As you can see, I have a stack of black concrete, and that is currently going for 150k, meaning I just made about 60k just from mining it. So if you do this for a full hour, which you can pretty much AFK, you'll be making millions. Now moving on to the next method,
bad.
which is going to be selling different types of stained glass. Now this method is actually very simple because all you have to do is just buy regular glass and then dye it to make it into stained glass. Or you could even go a step further and get a librarian villager and then upgrade him so he sells glass, because that'll be a lot cheaper. But anyways, all you need to do is
That's
just get a
cheaper than
crafting
mining
table,
sand and
get the type
smelting
of
it?
dye you want. So let's just check which stained glass is the most expensive right now. And I think overall blue is the most expensive, going for around 100k each. So I'm just going to buy a stack of light blue dye, and then just from using 8 I can get a stack of light blue stained glass. And I can sell this for 97k and make a profit. But like I said before, using villagers would be a lot better for this method because you'd get the glass for almost free if you have 1 emerald.
Bro, I feel like mining sand and smelting it yourself is the best method. Like, no way villagers are the best.
Trades. Anyways, moving on to the next
not
method,
Frogman, thank you for
which
the
is
switch
gonna
for
be
the tier
selling
1.
boats.
Sub, bro.
Now,
I
this
appreciate
method
that.
might
Thank you so much.
sound really dumb, but the prices of boats are actually really high, going for 25,000 each. So I'm just gonna chop down a bit of trees and craft a bunch of boats and see how much money I make. Okay, so I just got half a stack of logs, and I'm gonna craft all these into boats, and we'll see how much I have. Okay, so with that, I almost have a full inventory of boats, so I'm just gonna start selling them, and I'll see how much money I make. Okay, so I just put all my boats on the auction house, and someone already bought a couple, so I'm just gonna wait until they all sell, and
So you're blocking the method number? We're on method 14.
see how much money I make. Okay, so I just sold 25 boats for 24,000 each, and if we do the math, that's $600,000 I just made. So
Why
I
is
would
my
say
Twitch a wasteland? My Twitch is not a wasteland, bro. There's 500 people watching. Yo, if you're on Twitch, type 1. My Twitch is not a wasteland.
this method is actually pretty good if you're
Shut
starting
up.
out, but if you have millions of dollars, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, moving on to the next method, which is going to be selling grass blocks on the auction house. Now, the only thing that you need for this method is a silk touch shovel, so I'm just going to buy one of those real quick, and it's only 100k, which is actually pretty cheap. And now all I have to do is just mow down all this grass and sell it on the auction house.
Wait, what's this method? Selling grass blocks. Okay. I feel like this, you know what I think
so
he did? I feel like he didn't even plan these methods and write them out before he started recording. I think he clicked record and just like first thing he thought of in his head, boom, that's the next method. And the next method he thought of in his head, boom, that's method 16.
After a minute, I got about 7 stacks, and each stack actually sells for 40k, which is really good. So I'm just going to put all mine up for 39k. As you can see, my grass blocks are already getting bought, but for now, we'll just move on to the next method, which is going to be selling quartz. Now, that might not make much sense, but basically what I mean by this is you can buy quartz on the shop for really cheap.
So
As you can see, I can buy a stack
this
for
method.
2,000. However, on the auction house, people are selling them for 9,000 each, and they're selling, which is almost a 5 times profit for each stack you sell. So I'm just going to buy 5 stacks and sell all of them to see how much money I make. I'm going to sell mine for 8.5k, so it's the cheapest on the auction house and people see it first, and now hopefully people buy them. Okay, so I've been waiting for a little bit now, and as you can see, my 5 stacks have been sold, and overall, I think this is actually a pretty good method because of how much money you make per stack of quartz you sell. Anyways, moving on to the next method, which is actually going to be selling milk. So the first thing I need to do is actually find a cow to milk, because if I just find
how often
one,
are people buying milk
infinitely, and each milk bucket's actually going for 20k right now. So I think it's actually a really strong method. Okay, I finally found a cow that took way longer than I thought, but now what I have to do is I'm just gonna buy a stack of iron so I can make a bunch of buckets. And the stack is only 25k, which is actually pretty cheap. So I'm just gonna craft all my buckets and then just spam right click on this cow. And as you can see, I have a full inventory of milk. So now what I'm just going to do is sell my milk for 19k and hopefully I make a bunch of money. As you can see, they're already getting bought and I'm not even done selling them yet. And now I'm just going to wait for it to sell.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been waiting for about
no one bought his milk
now, and as you can see, about 6 of my
Wait, am I stupid? Everyone bought his milk. Okay.
my milk buckets have sold, but that is because there's someone selling them for cheaper. So if I wanted to, I could just sell them for cheaper as well, but I don't really want to. So we're just going to move on to the next money making method, which is going to be building stuff for other people. Now for this method, I found someone that wanted me to make them a kelp farm, and they were willing to pay me $100 million.
Oh my god, you're going to get scammed doing this, bro. No way. Yo, okay, I got a question. How come every single time I look at chat, you guys keep saying, stop breathing into your mic? Am I breathing into my mic? Or what? Move your mic away from your nose. Like, what are you saying? Y'all cannot hear me breathe. Like, maybe when I go like that, but y'all cannot hear me breathe. There's no way. On God, we all can.
So I immediately said yes.
I'm gonna go like this then.
Yo, what's good, bro? So you said you wanted me to build you a kelp farm?
Yeah, I got like some.
But yeah, he's definitely getting scammed by this.
Amount of money, so I'll pay you like 100 mil for one.
100 mil? Okay, this is gonna be a good farm then.
I have to back up back here so y'all don't hear me.
Sure, man.
Well, I'll leave you to it, big dog.
All right, I'm just gonna get working on the farm.
This better be good.
It will. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, so I'm just gonna get started on the kelp farm. This should only take me a couple minutes because I'm the quickest builder in the world. So I'm just gonna do a cool transition in 3, 2, 1. Boom! I am done the farm. So now you guys might be
wondering, in the trash is that farm?
Wondering how the farm actually works, and I don't really have an answer for that. I'm just gonna let the owner of the base kind of figure that out. So
no one's paying you 100. No, this video's got it just a little. It's a little bit fake here and there. Yeah, this is not worth $100 million. This is not even worth $1 million.
I'm done, and hopefully he likes it. Yo, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what the f is this, bro?
It's the farm you bought. What are you talking about?
There's not even a collection system.
Bro, that's for you to figure out.
Wait, yeah, there's not even a collection system. So the kelp is just gonna sit in the water until someone walks by. I can't hear you breathe. Okay, thank you so much for the donation, bro. Thank you.
It just got one.
Ryan, are you with the tier 1 sub? Thank you.
Piece of kelp. One piece of kelp every hour, bro. Are you serious?
Yes, this is the farm that you just bought. All right, so moving on to the next money-making method, which is going to be crafting redstone. Now, this method is as simple as...
You can't even craft redstone. Am I stupid or am I smart? Why do you say crafting redstone?
As it sounds, all you have to do is just search up any redstone item you want on the auction house to see how much it's selling for.
Redstone
so for me, I'll just sell comparators.
Redstone
then
things.
Just get the materials you need to craft them and craft a bunch of them. So for me, these are all the items that I need, and I'm just gonna craft a bunch of comparators and start selling them. So as I was selling them, 4 of them actually already got sold. So this is actually one of the quickest methods that you can do.
Good method.
Because almost all my comparators are already sold out, and it's been like 15 seconds. Moving on to the next money-making method, which is gonna be finding bases. Now this is one of the hardest methods that you can actually...
guys, I was breathing into the mic right there on purpose, bro. That one was on purpose. But I don't breathe into the mic otherwise. Like, there's no way.
But if you do it successfully, there's a chance that you can make billions of dollars in just one base. So I've actually been searching for a base for ages now.
How?
And a little birdie has told me that there's a super rich stash under this block right here. So let's check it out.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't even know what is he talking about here.
No
what
way,
is this?
I just found a super rich stash worth $100 billion. Let's check the chests. Oh my god, guys. I'm actually rich. Alright, now that was obviously fake, but if you actually want to learn how to find a stash on the DONUTSMP, there's tons of tutorials on how to do it.
So what you do, here's how you find bases on DONUTSMP. You RTP to a random spot. You go look for holes in the ground. When you find a hole in the ground, go down it. And if you see a 3x3 tunnel run down the 3x3 tunnels and keep running down a bunch of tunnels. Keep running by all the tunnels that people dug, and eventually you're just gonna run past a base. I have found multiple bases doing this method, and I barely spent any time searching, and I have found many bases. And then if you find 1x1 tunnels, run down those too, and keep digging. Like if it seems like the tunnel stops, dig a little bit further, and you'll see. And sometimes you'll hear villagers, sometimes you'll hear pistons pushing, and then just dig in that area where if you hear like pistons to your left, dig to your left.
Online, so just take a look at those. But anyways, moving on to the next method, which is going to be investing. Now, the way you can invest on DONUTSMP is basically through buying items. Items like
right now, investing's not the meta, I don't think.
Elytras, Gilded Blackstone, or even skeleton spawners are constantly changing in price.
I think right now, investing's not a good time because the border's about to be expanded. Everything's about to become super cheap because it's going to be really easy to find every single item.
Buy them at the right times, they're going to go up eventually. For example, a few weeks ago, Gilded Blackstone was at around 300k.
Yo, can you guys stop telling me to mute myself and to be quiet?
However, now it's at around $1 million.
If y'all wanted to watch the video, you can just watch his video. Why are you watching me watch the video when you could just watch the video yourself?
I can't really show you guys an example of how to use this method because this takes days to do, but if you guys just buy the right things, then you're going to be guaranteed to make money. Moving on to the next method, which is going to be mining coral. Now, luckily for me, I just RTP'd and I spawned right inside of a coral biome, and all I have to do is just jump in and start mining. Now, the reason this method's actually really good is because coral goes for a lot of money on the auctioneers. As you can see, just one piece sells for 50k. This is because people are making pickle farms.
Is coral still good?
Coral blocks to make pickle farms.
I feel like it's not even a good method
Now, moving
anymore.
on to the next method, which is going to be mining wood using an amethyst axe. Now, if you guys don't know, you can actually buy an axe on the auction house that breaks trees instantly. So, for example, if I just break this tree, the entire tree will break and I'll get all the logs from it. So, if I just run around breaking trees, I will be getting stacks of logs in just seconds. So as you can see, in just like 10 seconds, I made almost a full row of logs, which I can order for $40,000. Now you can even take this a step further and make an automatic tree farm that I have posted on my channel. However, the orders for spruce logs have dropped significantly compared to what they were before. Now moving on to the next method, which is going to be mining ice. Now all you need is a silk touch pickaxe and an ice spikes biome, and you can just
I believe that this is a really good method.
This ice.
Because rich people, when are rich people ever going to mine ice for themselves? But every single base needs ice for the water streams to flow the items faster. Because if the items are sliding on ice, it flows faster, and that's better for some reason. And every rich person who makes a farm gets ice, but they don't mine it for themselves. So stop. Why are you guys saying unpause the video? I have stuff to say about the video. Why are you guys like being so mean? I have some stuff to say. Well, let me continue. Now I don't even know what I was gonna say.
10 seconds, I almost got 5 stacks of ice, and packed ice goes for around 10k each on the auction house. So after about a minute, you can see that I sold about 5 stacks of packed ice for 50k. So if you did this method for an hour, you'd make around $3 million. Now moving on to the final method, which is going to be fake gambling. So right now I'm in the end.
Fake gambling? Nah, the number one method is fake gambling? No shot.
One of the most popular gambling games on DONUTSMP involves you to bone meal grass and
nobody gambles with this method anymore. This is like the OG old donut gambling days. No, now it's all about dispensers.
Flower. And if the person gambling gets a flower, then they win. However, in the end, if you bone meal grass, you actually can't get a flower, which is how I'm going to scam them. But first, I'm going to make a deep slate box so they think it's in the overworld. Alright, so right now, it might look like I'm in the overworld, but if I just break out of this wall, I'm actually in the end.
You can tell he's in here. You can tell he's in the end because of the lighting.
I'm just going to join some random calls, and hopefully I find people to gamble with me. Oh. Alright, so you want to gamble?
So, one flash. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it. Oh my god, I'll win.
Okay, 5 mil.
Like at this point, why don't you just take his money and be like, yeah, I scammed you, bro.
Oh, you didn't win. I'm so sorry.
Let me go again.
Again? Another 5 mil? Oh my god, you're so unlucky, bro. I think you should gamble.
This is the same thing as the scam method, bro. Like that he had at the start. If you have rich friends on DONUTSMP, the quickest way to get rich is to somehow convince them to pay you.
10 mil.
That is the number one fastest way to get rich. You could be a streamer and convince all your viewers. You could just become friends with everybody who's rich and pretend like you're chill with them, and then just basically just leech off them.
That's smart.
There's a lot of different ways you can convince people to pay you money.
10 mil.
But that's the best method.
That's the big one. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
What the frick?
That's unfortunate, bro.
You dig up?
You want me to dig up?
Yeah. What the frick?
Alright, I'm out of here, man. Alright, so that actually works super well. I just scammed that guy out of like $20 million or something. So I guess I'll take that as a win. But that is actually the end of the video. If you guys
nice methods. Somebody should make a 100 money making methods video. I could think of 100 methods. I just click record and just start thinking one by one. Sell dirt, sell gravel, sell this, sell that, scam like this, scam like that, build this, build that. Like I could probably think of 100 methods. But W video, I liked it a lot. This guy does make some pretty solid stuff. I'll send you guys his channel link if you want to subscribe. See you guys. If you're watching on the DrDonut Clips channel, I don't know if my editor